Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Rapscallions Report. I'm your host and/or moderator for tonight, Andy. With me, as usual, is Eric, Cameron, and Tyrone Biggums. Apparently, that's my new name for you, Tyrone Biggums.
Awesome.
Awesome.
This is Dr. C.
C money. Guess what the C stands for?
Leave an interesting comment or response to this.
What do you think the C in C money stands for? Leave a comment and we'll vote on the best one. We have a website, if you don't know about this. It's Rapscallionsreport.com, and we have a shiny new phone number with Google Voice, which is pretty awesome. Our phone number is...
989-372-0805.
Way to steal my thunder.
I mean, I don't know, Cameron. What is the phone number
You transmitted your
that you
thoughts.
did not have memorized?
Quiet.
So buttons. Tonight we're going to be talking about timeless films. Films we've seen. They're classics. They're just they're classic films. They're timeless. I'm just getting redundant past that point. What are some films that, in you guys' opinion, could never be remade? You can never see them remade, or if they were remade, they would just be awful. And you're like, oh, this is nowhere near as good as the original. Your personal favorites, so to speak. Starting with Dr. Biggums.
Well, you see, back at Harvard, we used to watch The Labyrinth all the time. No, personally, I think The Labyrinth, that's one of those movies where if anyone was to remake it, Tim Burton, he would probably screw it up. But I think, like, Labyrinth, Dark Crystal, all those, like, that moment of 80s dark epicness.
Dark and weird, and David Bowie going like this with a fushigi kind of thing.
And then you had
David Bowie's crotch.
what's the one with Tom Cruise? Legend.
Legend. Yes. Legend. That was also with Tim Curry with the huge freaking horns. Yes.
Wasn't Tom Cruise in that? That was Tom. Yeah, I just
Tom
said
Cruise
that.
was the hero. Yeah.
Hence was Tom Cruise battles the devil.
Who was Tim Curry? He battles the final form of Dr. Frankfurt. There you go. Yeah.
Or was it?
He's just what was it? Transvestite.
He's a transsexual from hell.
There
you go. Cameron, what say you?
I would have to say the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Come on.
You know, I gotta say, I watched that recently, and it was still, to this day, pretty good.
Exactly, and they tried to make another one a while ago.
The
they
CG
animated,
thing?
yeah, and it's just like the whole part of like how awesome it was, the fact that it was live action. You're like, oh god.
Well, still to this day, the animatronics that were ridiculous.
Yeah, and it was that I would have to say that's mine.
They couldn't remake it though because there's no Corey to do Donatello.
Eric.
Well, I'm not as old as some of you guys, but I just saw one the other night. It was called the Lord of the Rings, and it was really fantastic. I don't think anybody can ever redo it because they used rotoscoping.
A new technology, I've heard.
Well, it's just really, really hard. It's it's a really good fantasy movie for the family. It's not really dark or anything, but they incorporate hand drawings with live people in it, and they tell the story from this old book by J.R. Tolkien guy or something like that. And it's the most mind-blowing thing I've ever seen. There's no beating it.
Never.
That was beautiful.
I'm serious.
I'm laughing to hide my tears. That was beautiful.
Tears of joy.
You've touched all of us, Eric.
In ways Grandpa never could.
I'm looking for Academy
Grandpa?
Award that film.
Yeah.
For my one, I really don't know. Now I'm thinking about it. I would almost say, and this sounds weird, but the animated Transformers movie. Because the animated Transformers one had a song by Weird Al Yankovic. It had, Dare to Be Stupid. During the whole Trash Planet. Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in years.
Oh, jeez. Like, they just released an anniversary DVD thing a couple years ago. But It had crazy crap like Optimus Prime dying, which is no spoiler. It happens in like the first 15 minutes. It's fucking Optimus Prime dies. Megatron dies and gets rebuilt. It had Orson Welles in it, and Leonard Nimoy, and somebody else who I forget who was important. And that film was like crazy violent for a kid's cartoon. It had him cursing in a PG cartoon, which was ridiculous. Like they're being pulled in by Unicron, and it's like, oh shit, Unicron has us. And I'm not even making this up. Like watch the movie. For that time, being a kid and watching that as a film was mind blowing. And there are no cartoons or nothing to this day that was that crazy. And it was the best. Man.
I just thought of another one as he was giving his beautiful monologue.
As he was sharing his heart.
He mentioned drawing with live action, and it reminded me of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's like...
That's going to be a licensing nightmare, man. Like, to get all the different characters from... Especially if you did it today, man. They had guys from, like, Disney.
Well, not only that,
Warner Brothers and...
That movie, like, was like a new age type... Like, it's never been done... I mean, they had that, was it Cool World?
Yeah.
Right.
Which was also done by the same animator. God, what was his name? The guy who did Lord of the Rings, Fritz the Cat.
J.R. Tolkien.
The famous animator. Yeah. God.
But that's just one of those movies that if they were to redo it, it just...
Ralph Bakshi. Ralph Bakshi did Cool World.
Sure. I'm not... I don't know who that is. Yeah.
You look him up.
I will.
Right.
Or I'll add a picture right
Is that
there.
the guy who did the Space Jam?
Yes. Space Jam was...
Space Jam... I don't think anyone could ever remake Space Jam.
No, I'm saying Space Jam was a poor attempt. It's not really a remake of Roger Rabbit.
It was similar
idea, but it just... Roger Rabbit was
but
one
it
of
had
those movies
Seal.
that...
Gonna fly like an eagle. You know, in his old...
Kiss from a Rose, bro. That's the best one.
That was on Space Jam.
That was Batman. Original Batman.
Yeah,
No, that was Batman Forever?
Good Lord, wait, was it Forever?
It's
Batman
Forever.
Robin? This is important.
It's Forever. I own the soundtrack.
Wait,
Trust
Forever
me.
also had the Smashing Pumpkins song. It was actually pretty good, I would say.
Yeah.
1979, wasn't it? What movie was that? Or not? What song was that? Not movie. Dude. Smashing Pumpkins song.
Is it bright where you are? Have the people change?
That's what I'm thinking of then.
God, what was the name of that song? Well, anyway.
Well, like, you know, you were saying something about Transformers, how, like, it was, you know, like, they swore and stuff like that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did that. Like, Raphael.
Yeah, that movie was hardcore. Shredder with the whole...
Yeah.
You're like, oh, Jesus, what are they doing to Shredder?
It's just like, well, Raphael was swearing, like, you always, damn.
Yeah.
It's like, he was like...
Half the movie is him going, damn.
Yeah.
I just like to see a compilation video of just him going, damn, damn, damn.
Anyway, it's like, it's a kid's movie. Like, you know it's a kid's movie, and you rewatch it, and you're like, wow. It's just generally everything that you watch as a kid, you're like, holy crap.
Well, that was the great thing about 80s, 90s movies, is that apparently kids were a lot more hardcore back then. Seriously, like all these 80s, 90s cartoons were way more violent. They were way crazier than they are now, I would say.
Well, look at kids programming, say early 80s that, you know, we kind of grew up on.
Yeah.
More me and you than these two, but nonetheless, you had like Voltron, Thundercats. I mean, yeah, we see a lot of the reruns of those, but that's what we saw. Yeah. Now look at the programming today. Have you seen kids' television today? I'm just saying, if you look at the 80s generation of what we used to watch, like I said,
they had a Rambo cartoon.
We were more hardcore than this new sissy generation.
Sissified.
I gotta admit, though, there's one good programming that's a kid's show, and I will have to say it's Yo Gabba Gabba.
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna say Adventure Time. I was gonna be like, yeah.
Oh, that's also a really good one too. That's like you're like, what the hell is this? If you sit down and watch that, you're like,
I'm not familiar with Adventure Time.
I don't know any.
Look it up on YouTube, and I guarantee you will at least find it interesting.
Dude, you'll be like, this is great.
Adventure Time right here.
Yes, right there.
Right here. Right here. Right here. I just want to see how much you guys can spread it across the street. I'm gonna make it a test for our editing here. You know, right here, it's sitting in my hand. You know, right here, right in the center of my eye. You know.
Okay.
Anyway,
You have brought fire upon your family.
what have I done?
Sky.
Sounds like
I can get at least
An Iron
4
Maiden
of those
song.
6.
And I'm gonna disappear into the wall right now.
There's just gonna be a giant black bar.
And now I'm back.
You know, I think I can make that happen.
So,
Maybe.
We shall see.
classics.
Classics. We all like them.
Yeah.
Another episode where we don't argue.
Well,
That's totally cool.
Well, we
So,
never mentioned like Willy Wonka. Well, that's a classic.
The old
That's-
one, absolutely.
That
classic.
is a classic.
Yeah. All right.
Wow, that was
the
great.
best because it was a musical and it was whimsical and
It was the best.
every song in that you could memorize.
It was the best
Easily.
around.
So we all agree there are some classics out there that should remain classics.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be touched
All of
by
them, I see.
Hollywood.
Yes. And that's our stance. We're sticking to it.
No
Oh.
remakes.
No remakes.
Never.
No skits. 30 minutes of straight heat. I'm making reference that no one's gonna get.
I get it. I get it. No skits.
Mike, oh, God. I'm just going to stop now because we're losing viewers as I go on with this. All right. That was Rapscallions Report. And remember to hit up our website and our MySpace and Facebook and Twitter and everything.
Whoa.
MySpace? What is
We
this?
may still have it.
We never had one. We never had
Look,
one.
someone needs to make one. No, I will be proven wrong. All right. Anyway, we're heading out before I make more of a jackass of myself. This is Rapscallions Report, and I'm Andy, and that's Eric, and that's Tyler, and that's Cameron. We'll see you fools on the flip side.
It spits hot fire.
A spit hot fire. There are 5 best presenters, host moderators in this world. Dylon, 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 and Dylon. And I'm Dylon, apparently, for that to work.
I'm disappearing back into the wall now. I moved my hand the wrong way. It didn't work.